Hi, my name's Emma. I'm a lived experience communicator working for Headway in Norfolk and Waveney, which is very exciting. I got my own brain injury 7.5 years ago when I went on holiday to Vietnam, and I had to relearn pretty much everything again. I was hospitalised. I was first in the Royal London Hospital. It took a long time to get over it. One lady sort of taught me, she said that my brain was kind of flitting and all around the place. I wasn't controlling my thoughts and my brain just couldn't focus at all. You know, what you've got to do is use mindfulness. It keeps you calm, a bit more in control. And it was something that I used pretty much every day, as I do now. So twice a day, I stop for 15 minutes. Be relaxed and not thinking about anything else. So I guess the purpose of mindfulness really is to take you out of autopilot. So everything that you're doing all the time without really thinking, you stop for that moment, you take a breath for a little bit and then really think about what you're doing, be present and aware. Mindfulness really helps me. I'll sort of run through a couple of things that might help you. The first thing you start learning is you do this thing called the raisin eating exercise. Me and my support worker, Denise. Denise, would you like to just grab one of these raisins as well? Yeah. And I'll have one too. You're sitting very comfortably in a chair. I'd like both your feet on the floor. And like this, a tiny little raisin in your hand. So we are just going to have a look at this raisin. So actually look at the raisin in your hand and really have a look at it. I bet you never really looked at a raisin before, have you, Denise?
Not like this, and mine's got a little face in it.
A little face.
You can see eyes and a mouth.
I quite need to put a light on. But you can see the different textures, the smoothness of the raisin. It's kind of it's a dried up grape, isn't it, really? Wrinkly raisin. And the feel of it, can you feel, have you actually feeling a raisin? Have you ever?
Well, it's squishy.
Squishy raisin. Just touching it, it's just touching that raisin in your hand and moving it around your fingers, so you can actually taking the awareness of your being. So, okay.
You can feel the wrinkles when you brush your thumb over it.
Yeah. And so then just bring it a little bit closer to your mouth, but don't put it in your mouth, but just moving it around your mouth. Can you smell the raisin yet?
Yes.
It's a very sweet smell. It's very smooth actually, even though it's wrinkly. Yeah. Isn't it? It's very strange. So then you're just very slowly putting it into your mouth. Don't bite it yet. It's a hard thing not to do. And again, it feels quite big when you put it in your mouth like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's like it turns into a grape almost, rather than a raisin.
Yeah, just getting squishier.
Yeah. So moving it around your mouth, and then when you want to, just very slowly bite into your raisin. Oh, and then the really sweetness that comes through. Can you taste the sweetness?
It's got a lot of flavour. You wouldn't normally notice so much, would you?
How does that make you feel? It's a weird sensation.
makes you appreciate the raisin a bit more.
The awareness of something that is so everyday, something that you do so on autopilot. You eat a raisin without even thinking about it, do you?
That's the thing, isn't it? We don't appreciate things as much.
So it's just taking yourself out of autopilot and knowing that sort of the appreciation and being mindful. This is a mindful practice. So the point of the raisin eating exercise is that it's like a tool to just focus in on one thing. So you're trying to just focus there at that point and only thinking about the raisin. You're not thinking about all these other things that your mind is always thinking about, hundreds of different little bits. Your brain's all moving around the place, but you're just concentrating on eating that raisin very, very slowly. And that kind of helps you just to focus in on one thing, which is brilliant. I was hospitalised and had to relearn everything. It really, really helped me to focus in on something. So I ended up going off to the Buddhist centre 3 times a week, yoga and meditation, all for free, which was fantastic. Which everywhere they'll have Buddhist centres around the country. Meditation is seriously hard and that is really what mindfulness is. Your mind just flits all around the place and it's very hard to do, but with practice it gets easier, as does everything. But you feel so much better after doing a meditation practice. Sitting with your spine straight and your hands by your side. And close your eyes if that's something that you feel happy to do. I have lots of apps on my phone, just here. So I go into here and I press open mindfulness. Go in here. So how does that make you feel? It's just basically breathing in and out. And it made me feel quite calm and relaxed, which is great. And I always try to keep my mouth open if you feel like you need to get a bit of air. And it's just being relaxed and calm, and it seems to work. If you need some time out at any point, like I say, I use it twice a day. And sort of 3 breaks in my day. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, those kind of things which everyone suffers. I actually suffered with anxiety after I got my brain injury. I think it's very, very common. So my friend, who actually is a mindfulness practitioner for kids, suggested that 5-finger exercise might be good for you. So it's all about breathing in and out, but if you hold your hand up in the sky and you're basically breathing in and out, obviously close your eyes, just feeling your hand going up to the beginning of your palm, so breathing it up and in, up to the top of that one, and then down for the second side of that one, there through there. Slowly, that's it. Breathing it up. And down. And breathing up. And down. Breathing up and down. Breathing up and down. And starting to the top again. Breathing up and down. 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 Put your hands at your side, close your eyes. Breathe in for 2 breaths. So I guess that kind of gives you a pause, it gives you a moment to relax, being present and aware, and it kind of gives you a moment to take your mind away from everything that's going on autopilot all the time. So hopefully that will help you. I had something that I couldn't, my eyesight, well, I couldn't see, I'm partially sighted, but from that I was hospitalised and I couldn't see at all. But that fog ended up lifting later on, and using mindfulness, meditation really helped me to lift that fog of it all. Obviously I am still partially sighted, but the anxiety lifted occasionally. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes worse days than other days, and this really will help you if you suffer with anxiety. If you look up mindfulness technique, that might really help you, and you'll find something that will really work for you, like I do. And every day I have to make sure that I use these things, otherwise my brain flies all over the place. Anyway, hopefully this will help you.